Heyo, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody had a fantabulous weekend. And thanks for joining me for today's video, which is going to be the abandoned factory, very hard. If you enjoy the video, please do give it a like and consider subscribing for future content. Let's jump straight into the guide for abandoned factory, very hard. Recommended characters are Zack, Barrett, Glenn, and Red. For weapons, Glenn's Crew Kicker, Crystal Sword for Zack, Prototype Crimson Blade with Sephiroth, Barrett's Flame Projector, and Red's Rage Collar. The goodies you want to bring along are Fire Materia, X Sigil Break, and Healing Esseners for all of the debuffs, although you will notice some trance abilities give you resistance to some of those, so you can plan your build accordingly. You might also want to bring D-Brave if your team is not too strong. So you'll be facing the Gallon Baylor. We all know him by now. You'll also be facing the 3 soldiers who cast Fog and AoE Blizzard. Then the Blue Dragon with a Sahagin Prince and an Ice Bomb. And the relatively new boss, I like to call them the Chickens. They are more like ostriches, but I enjoy calling them the Chickens, so you have them. And the final boss is the Assault Scorpion, the Ice Poison one, with 2 princes. My team for this is not too strong, but they get it done. 177k power. I brought Red for my fire damage dealer, even though he doesn't have that much fire potency. I brought the Rage Collar for the command ability, the Blaze Rush. He also has Healing Essener for poison and X Sigil Break for the stat stick. His sub-equipment gives him 4.8k HP, 2.8k physical. As for abilities, it's attack 7, fire potency 3, physical attack 4. Yeah. I also brought Sephiroth with his physical weapons and a fire materia, of course. He's bringing the Healing Essener for fatigue. And this is the sub-equipment I went with this time. 2.9k physical attack. And I wanted to try out Limit Break potency. So I have level 4 of that. Level 4 wind, level 7 physical attack, the usual. And then level 4 attack as well. Aerith, as always, my healer. I finally managed to get a few more copies of Fairy Tail from all the tickets. So, woohoo! Pretty happy about that. She's bringing the final Healing Essener that I need. And Bahamut, because why not? 2.7k magic, about 6k HP, and 1.4 heal. She's got M attack 7, ability magic 4, and only 3 heal, but it's more than enough. This dungeon is actually pretty simple, and the trance abilities are pretty versatile. So let's look at the map. You start at the bottom, and there's a random battle at the top right over there. The boss is actually here in the corner. Then in the main room, you have the Gallon Baylor, and there you can see his trances. You have the soldiers, and their trances are below. The blue dragon is on the bottom left, and on the far left is the chickens. Then in this room, you have 3 chests, and when you try to leave, you will have another random battle with 3 princes. Here's the item score thingy, showing you what items affect your score in what way. You can see Mega Elixir takes 18,000 points off, so if you can, try to avoid using the Mega Elixir. If you need it, should be fine to use it, depending on your run. So, this is my run. I'll go straight for the random battle. I end up spamming Ruinra here to sort of charge the summon gauge, but that's, for my run, literally pointless, not necessary, because you'll see that I end up camping on my gauges until like the 4th boss or something anyway. So might as well just finish them quickly if you're following my run. I could have probably gotten away in this run with summoning against one of the first two bosses and having it charged for the chickens, but I don't want to risk it, so at least you know there's room for error in this dungeon. It's one of the easier ones to get an S+. So I like to take Gallanbella on first, in the middle, because the soldiers are super easy to beat, even at Crisis level 2. Please excuse the dog barking. I've been finding it very hard to find a time to do voice recordings, and this is my only shot, so please bear with me. For the Gallanbella, you defend his rush in the beginning. You use fire as fast as possible to deplete his energy. Then you defend his Thunderfall. Make sure you have ATB to heal afterwards. Hit him with fire until his stream phase. Break that. Then hit him with fire as fast as possible. You can limit break if you want to. I prefer not to. And he will go down in short order. That's him. All of his trance abilities are useful, because lots of the bosses do ice, the chickens do fatigue, but I just went for physical attack. Then I go on to face the soldiers, just topping up on my HP. Oh, actually, I just gave Red an ether. The soldiers are very easy. You just focus the middle one and spam between your characters with fire as fast as possible. Done and done. After that, I move on to the blue dragon. These trances are good if you have those kind of characters and weapons. I just went for magic defense since I don't have buffs or debuffs. This is where I used my supplements and high potions to top up. And then I take on the Ice Dragon, who is also fairly easy. I went with killing the Sahagin Prince first, then the bomb. As for the dragon itself, he uses Fog Breath and Blue Dragon Breath. You just want to take him down with fire, slowly but surely. You can defend the blue dragon breaths to take a little less damage. Then he goes to extreme phase, so be ready with ATB and X sigil. He always locks onto one of your party members and spams that party member, so be careful that party member doesn't drop. Once his stream phase is over, it's just a matter of burning him down. Bye-bye. Alright, for his trance, it's straightforward. You can have a bit of both, or you can lean into one or the other, depending on what kind of team you brought along. Mine's predominantly physical, so we go for that. Next up, the chickens. These guys are the only ones that really gave me a problem in my test run. They kind of messed me up, so I'm not taking any chances. This is why I've been holding on to my limit breaks. Gonna get rid of these guys real quick. So I drop all my limit breaks and then spam the main chicken as fast as possible with fire. Get ready with X and finish him during the interrupt phase. Fry him up and you'll have some KFC for after the run. Yum yum. Let's go. Here you can grab magic attack for a magic team, poison resist if you didn't bring poison. I prefer fire potency. You grab a mega elixir here. You can use it if you really need to, but I recommend just using tents and some other items if you can afford to get away with that. All depends on how your run is going, how strong your team is. My team is 177k and they handle it pretty easily. So that's the Sahagins that ambush you when you try leave, and all that's left is the boss. Here's the Assault Scorpion, who does ice damage, poison, and raises his magic attack. He's weak to fire, and yeah, he doesn't get much of his mechanics off. I use a tent, I give Aerith summon for Bahamut, I give my 2 physicals, Fire Cocktail, and Ethers for everyone, because they barely affect your score. Jump into the boss, and it's pretty simple. I get rid of the princes first. And then it's simple as spamming the boss with fire, and dropping your limit breaks when you have them. I Night Bloomed the boss twice, excuse me, to lower his defenses before limit breaking. And then, as I said, it's as simple as just burning him down with fire. He will go into a stream phase, so if you're not strong enough, you can just handle the stream phase and kill him during the interrupt. And that's pretty simple. There it is. S+, no problem. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your S+. See ya.